What is going on, guys? Welcome back. This is part 3 on how to ride a motorcycle. Sorry it has been a while since I posted my last video. We've been extremely busy. There's my wife Claire. She just recently got her license a few months ago and has been riding. And if you watch our videos, this is her bike on here on the left. This is a Harley Electric Glide, and this is my bike on the right. This is a Road Glide. If you watch my last few videos, we've covered the basic universal parts of motorcycles, and in my second video we showed how to pick up a motorcycle and what the controls do. And so today we're going to do the fun stuff. We're going to start moving the motorcycle. Okay, let me go ahead and say, anytime that we, for this set of videos, anytime that we come to a stop and we take off and we shut off the motorcycle, we're going to be in neutral. So right now the bike should be in neutral. If not, the magic of video editing will make it in neutral. And anytime I shut off the bike, it will be in neutral. But we're going to start moving the motorcycle. That means it's going to be in first gear when we go. Now, I'm also going to teach kind of the way I was taught when I went through the rider's course, and also a little bit of the way Harley teaches and some other schools. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so my other video I showed you how to get on and off the motorcycle. I may get on and off it different sides, but you get on whichever one is comfortable with you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get on the motorcycle, we're going to start it, we're going to put it in gear, and what we're going to do is we're going to slowly let the clutch out, and we're slowly going to let the bike pull forward. Then we're going to pull the clutch in, and we're going to use our legs to walk the bike back. So once again, we're going to be on the bike while it's running. We're going to pull in the clutch, we're going to press it in first gear, we're going to let that clutch slowly out. We're not giving it any gas. We're going to let that clutch slowly out. You're going to feel the bike begin to pull forward. We're going to pull the clutch in, and we're going to use our feet to rock back. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going to make sure we're going to turn our bike on.
Bluetooth mode.
I'm in neutral because I can see my neutral light, and also my bike
connected.
Oh, let me turn this off. There we go. And also I can feel the bike is rocking forward and back. My habit is to pull in the clutch all the time. That's probably a good habit to get into. All right, so the bike is started. I'm going to pull in the clutch. I'm going to press down on the toe shifter. Right now I have the front brake pulled in too, just habit. But what we're going to do is, I got both my feet planted on the ground. I'm going to slowly let this clutch out. I'm not giving it any gas, and look, the bike's moving forward. And that's as far as I'm going to let it go. Okay, I'm on a little bit of a decline, so I'm going to use my brake to stop me. Okay, but just to show you, I'm not giving it any gas. We're going to slowly let this clutch out until the bike begins to pull forward, and I'm going to hold it there. Then I'm going to pull it back in, and I'm going to rock the bike back. Slowly let the clutch out, find that friction zone, I'm going to pull it back in. Alright, we're going to find that friction zone, let the bike pull, we're going to pull it back in. You need to do this several times until you get used to finding that friction zone. Okay, that friction zone is going to be very, very, very important. All right, so I want you to do this, like, 10, 20 times, maybe more, until you find that friction zone easily. Okay, every bike will be a little bit different on the friction zone. All right, but that's the exercise we're doing, is finding the friction zone. Let that clutch out, there it goes. All right, now what's going to happen if you let the clutch out too far? I'm going to pull in the front brake and show you. So my bike can't go anywhere. I'm going to show you what happens if you let that clutch out too fast. Okay, well, actually, I may not pull in the front brake. Here, I'll show you what happens when you let the clutch out too fast. It's going to die like that. Okay, so that's what happens if you let go too much. All right, so let the clutch out, let the bike roll forward, rock back. Let the clutch out, bike pull forward, rock back. You're going to do that several times. I'm going to put this bike back in neutral real quick. Maybe. There we go. You're going to do that several times, maybe like 20 times, until you get used to finding that friction zone. Okay, over here on my bike, Even though it's a different looking bike, like I said, these are pretty much the universal controls for everything. I'm gonna start my bike. I'm in neutral, pulling the clutch, push my toe shifter down. I'm gonna let my clutch out. My bike begins to pull forward. Same thing. Pretty universal stuff here, okay? Okay, now that we found the friction zone, now we're gonna start moving down, okay? So we're doing all this in first gear, all right? What we're going to do is we're going to find that friction zone, let the bike pull. We're going to give it a little gas, not a lot. We're not going to goose it. We're going to give it a little gas, and we're going to just use a little gas to go all the way down while our feet are up on the floorboards, or you may have foot pegs, but we're going to go all the way down in a straight line. Then we're going to pull in, we're going to let go of the throttle, pull in the clutch, and use our brakes to come to a nice smooth stop. Okay, we're not worried about turning around, we're not worried about none of that, okay? It's going to look like this. And I will do this going away from the camera and coming to the camera so you can see. Alright, so here we are, we're in neutral. We're going to start the bike. I already got my clutch pulled in. I'm going to put the bike in first gear. Alright, we're going to find that friction zone. We're going to let the bike pull. We're going to give it a little bit of throttle. I'm going to pick my feet up. And that little bit of throttle, look, my clutch is already out. I'm giving it a little bit of throttle. I'm going barely 10 miles an hour. I let go of the throttle. I pull the clutch in. I use my brakes. I come to a stop. All right. So let me show you what that looks like going the other way now. Here we are. Once again, we're going to let the clutch out, find that friction zone. I'm going to give it a little bit of throttle. We're going to pick up our feet. I have the clutch all the way out. I'm just giving it a little bit of throttle. I'm barely going 10 miles an hour. You don't want to go any faster. I let go of the throttle, pull the clutch in. I use my brakes. I come to a complete stop. I put my feet down. Okay? Let me put this back in neutral. What I want you to do when you go down in a straight line, don't worry about turning around in a circle, is I want you to duck walk it, okay? So when you come to a nice complete stop at the end of the line, your bike's going to be in gear. You just came to a stop. I want you to turn your handlebars, your head and eyes. I want you to let that clutch out a little bit. I want you to duck walk the bike just like this. You can pull the clutch in. You can back the bike up like this. See how I'm doing? I'm not doing anything real crazy. I'm not doing anything real big. Let that clutch out. This is going to get you used to duck walking the bike, okay? Which is pretty important for beginners, all right? But look, I'm not doing anything crazy. If I have to make a 18-point turn, so be it. But once you get your bike turned around in a straight line, I want you to repeat this process, okay? We're not going above 10 miles per hour, okay? Here we go. Let the clutch out. Bike begins to pull. Give it a little bit of gas. Pick up the feet. Clutch is all the way released. Now we're going. I'm going to release the throttle, pull in the clutch, apply my brakes, put my feet down. And like I say, we're going to duck walk the bike around like this. You can go like this, use your brakes to stop. You can turn them back this way, and we're going to turn around this way, just like that, because I have a big open parking space. And here we go again. Slowly let that clutch out, find the friction zone, give it a little bit of gas, pick up your feet, and go. Now obviously I make this look really smooth because I've got years of practice. Let go of the throttle, pull in the clutch, apply the brakes, come to a smooth stop, boom. What you don't want to do is this, and this may happen to you, it probably will, okay? You don't want to take off like this. If that happens, release the throttle, pull in the clutch, use your brakes. There we go. I gave it too much throttle, but I controlled it. I didn't panic. I pulled in the clutch, which disengaged the motor. I used my brakes and I came to a stop. And now I'm just going to duck walk the bike around. Alright, something else that may happen to you as a new beginner is you may get scared. You may rock this clutch back and forth. Okay? Once again, don't panic. Pull in your clutch, let go of the throttle, apply your brakes. It may look something like this. You may do this accidentally, okay? Okay, let go of the throttle, pull in the clutch, apply the brakes, come to a stop, okay? All right, so I want you to practice that exercise, minimum 10 times, and more until you get comfortable taking off in first gear, coming to a stop, and duck walking your bike around. Okay, for the next exercise, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to take off, we're going to go in first gear, but instead of coming to a stop and duck walking the bike around, we're going to make a big loop around our nice big parking lot here, okay? We got a few cars here. I'm not worried about those, okay? But if you got a lot of cars, I recommend you find a parking lot that's empty, okay? So once again, we're going to take off in first gear like we did. We're going to make a nice big wide turn all the way back around. We're going to come here, then we're going to make a nice big wide turn all the way around. We're going to come back here again. We're going to go both ways, okay? Don't worry about making a sharp turn, but I want you to focus on turning your head and your eyes where you want to turn, okay? You're going to find out that this bike goes where you look, all right? Wherever your head and your eyes turn is where your bike is going to go, okay? So, show you what this exercise looks like. We're going to turn the bike on. We're going to put it in gear. All right, we're going to find that friction zone. We're going to give it a little gas. We picked up our feet and we're off. 10 miles an hour, that's it. You can look at my speed right there. We're going to turn right. Nice big wide turn. Not going fast at all, guys. Come down here. We're going to make another right turn. Nice big wide turn. I'm not worried about 90-degree turns. I'm just making a loop. We're going to go like this. Pull in the clutch. Come to a stop. Now we're going to do the same thing going to the left. We're going to find that friction zone. We're going to take off. Pick up our feet. 10 miles an hour. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and make this turn right here. Nice big wide turn. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. All right. We come to a stop. We're going to put the bike back in neutral. All right, guys, that's it. You have successfully started moving your motorcycle for the first time. So we're going to do all those exercises at your own pace, okay? Find the friction zone. Begin to go in a straight line, picking up your feet. Duck walk the bike around, come back in a straight line. Once you're comfortable with that, take off, make a nice big circle to the right, nice big circle to the left. Get used to stopping and starting, okay? That's very, very essential to this motorcycle, okay? So, thanks for watching. The next video, we're going to be showing shifting and turns, okay? So, thanks for watching, guys, and hope to see you again.